Hallelujah! Hey, hey, Dark Banana between the chair and the keyboard! And here I am, back on Rise of Kingdoms! And yeah, well, we're on day 5 on this this account, and yeah, let's say the city grew a bit, you know? Anyway, how are you guys doing? How are you, Quite Comet? Hello there. Hello there! Like a certain Jedi would say. Let me do it a bit better. Hello there. Anyway, so I just connected on the account. I took my my troops from the recruitment facilities, but I like resources to actually launch the next batch. So I'll have to find some resources, some fresh resources. Thing is, we actually started our fortress. You know, I created an alliance, and it's not yet done. How long until it's done? 17 hours. Jeez, that's long. Yeah, we don't have a lot of people here. Little trick, guys. If you build something, well, an alliance building, you can just recall your units and send them back once again. Also, I'm going to send them back so that I have more troops in the fortress. It seems also that our neighbors have expanded, and they expanded towards our territory. I might have to ask them if they can let us keep that part. There's a chance we will get attacked. Thing is, we have some of our members who are on their territory right now, and usually the policies when someone is on another alliance's territory, yeah, that's not very nice. Hello, Cytropis, how are you today? Hope you are doing good. Alright. So I want to also send my scouts around so that I can find some more things to explore. Some villages, yeah, there are lots. Do I have a cave? So guys, pro tip, if you want to explore fast, if you have any mysterious cave, yep, if you have any mysterious cave that you can see but is not connected, well, which is disconnected to your city due to the fog of war, what you can do is just send a scout to explore the cave, and that's going to explore all the way to the cave. Little pro tip there. Everything's fine. A bit of a headache still with my database thingy, but you know, work thing. Oh no! It's a raid, guys! Help! Everybody! Draw your swords! Get ready for the impact, because Nayuki is raiding. How are you today, Nayuki? Jeez. It's the second time you raid me. What am I going to do? If you want, you can join me in voice chat. I'm going to go there. Yay. And I have a new follower. Thank you, Alistair the Starborn. Is it a reference to Aleister Crowley? Aleister Crowley. Bjork for Iris. What? Why Bjork? Alright, my Sun Tzu is almost back home. So today, guys, welcome. We are playing, well, I am playing Rise of Kingdoms, and I'm actually, well, I accepted a promotion campaign from Rise of Kingdoms, and so you can actually join me. You just have to type, oh wait, I have one thing I want to check before I tell you. Please use the command, and actually I think my timer is also not set. Let me do that. Yep, no, it's set. Should be good. Should be good. Things that I forgot to re-enable. All right. So guys, if you want to join me in my little adventure, you can actually download the game, the PC version, by using the link that just appeared right now. Hope you have a good stream, or I'll wait for you to tell us this thingy. Yeah! So there's a link that appeared in chat right now. You can download the PC version of Rise of Kingdoms. Yeah, because initially it's actually a mobile game. It's a strategy game, and you know, if you want to help me, you can actually download the game, play the game, and go to level 5, City Hall level 5. Currently, I have my City Hall at level 10, and this account is 5 days old. Just for reference, going to City Hall level 5 is doable in about 10 minutes, you know? It's not a lot. Plus, if you get to level 10, that's the second part of the objective for the promotion campaign I accepted. Well, you have to go to level 10, so that's that. And if you actually want some help, I wrote some guides. Is it going? Oh, I just doubled the... There you go. So if you want some help in doing the objectives, I wrote some guides that you can follow, and it's going to, you know, let you go very, very fast through the, well, the process of building your city. Obviously, there are things that I don't describe, but the game is going to tell you. But you have a nice build order, which is going to help you go fast and kinda not waste too much time. But you're also free to explore the game. The game has a lot to offer. You're level 10. Yay. High five. Quite comet. High five. So yeah. Oh, Exolia is also level 10. Yeah. Alright, so what do I want next? That's actually where I stopped my guide. It's above level 10, you know. But there are some patterns in the game. One pattern is that I need more resources and I will never have enough. But hey. So I'm going to send some troops to the Alliance Fortress once again, although I'm going to keep some troops at home. Just the T2 troops. And I'm going to send you because I don't need you right now. I think I don't need her, do I? Oh, what I'm going to do is, yeah, what do I have the most? Infantry tier 2 or battering ram? Actually, I'm actually going to keep my battering ram, and I'm going to send the tier on my other units. Reason is I need to go and forage some resources. So that's what I'm going to do. Also, the fact that our neighbor is expanding towards us might be an issue because they are going to attack us, and we ideally would want to just peacefully exist in this area, you know? Alrighty, thanks for the link. Have a great stream. Thank you very much, Nayuki. Hope your stream was good and hope you're going to enjoy yourself. Well, have a nice day. Alright. So I have some troops that are going to do stuff. Why did I send my troops on food? I need wood. I need more wood. Alright, what do we have here? Oh! Went for that. That's nice. What do we do if we get attacked? Can I message them? Yeah, you can message them. technically you're the envoy, so it's even your role. When I'm not here, you have full control over the diplomacy of the alliance. Just know that the guidelines are the following. We just want to live in peace. I guess you too want to live in peace. As long as you don't start a war, that's fine, you know. Our little alliance wants only one thing: exist in this world of brute force and stuff. Whatever. So here I am. I have a lot of objectives that I didn't actually accept. There's a good reason for that. So why wouldn't I accept all my missions right now? Because here you have a lot of resources, and once they are in your town, well, what is not resources like these tokens you can accept? They are stored in a safe, you know, so they cannot be stolen. But the resources, you know, wood and food, those could be stolen from your city. So that's why I don't accept all the resources. I only accept my my missions, well, the rewards from my missions, when I need resources. Like currently I need more resources, so I'm going to accept some of the rewards there. And yeah, ideally I'd like to have all those. Alright. Yeah, I have actually a lot of speed ups that are the rewards. So what I'm going to do also is not very efficient if you want to do a long-term account. Reason being that already I sped up this account like quite a lot. But usually what you want to do is just, you know, you do that. You start your building and you ask for your alliance for help. So the idea is that your alliance, when you ask for help, what's happening is that there's a little pop-up that is going to appear on everybody's, well, all your buddies' alliance center, and they can click it. And if they click it, they actually reduce the amount of time you have to wait until, well, completion of your building by 1 minute. And there's actually a bonus based on the one alliance technology, a specific alliance technology, which is this one. So right now we are at level 2 for Together We Rise. Yeah, I like to say it that way. Together we rise! We rise! Gives currently 30 seconds bonus to the help. So that means every time one of my buddies click their buttons, I actually decrease my waiting time by 1 minute and 30 seconds. So, and that's not all. But wait! There's more! The thing is, with the Alliance Center, you can also get more helps the higher your Alliance Center's level is. So currently, I'm at Alliance Center level 10, and I can get the help of 14 of my buddies, you know? You multiply that by 1.5 and you get an astonishing 21 minutes that I can actually get, well, a discount on, you know? I get a discount of 21 minutes if all my, well, if I have 14 of my buddies who send help. That's that. And there's one thing that you also unlock at level 10, which is the Lyceum of Wisdom. I don't know how to pronounce it in English. Mea culpa maxima. But this little building lets you actually take some kind of test. You know, I know, guys, we spend a lot of time in school, and most of the time we don't learn that much. But come on, we are playing a historical game. And they let you actually know more about history. Isn't that crazy? I have said to the leader, I noticed you have built on all members. What's the just for the gold? Guess you could have phrased it a bit less aggressive, but okay. But obviously they are just here for the gold. That's obvious. And you know, notice that I told you that there would be an alliance that would want to snatch that that gold. What was the name? Gold deposit. I told you! There are always some middle-sized alliance who wants to get the resources. Even if they don't matter in the end. Well, this one is actually really far from the center of the map. And most likely, this alliance is a middle-sized alliance that is not part of the leading coalition of the kingdom. Most likely, I would say. And yeah, they actually don't show that they are part of a family. So they are an isolated alliance, but they are stronger than us. So the chances that the probability for them to actually go to the center of the map is really low. Ours is I would say non-existent, unless we get an alliance with a big family, but I wouldn't count on that. Also, also, just so you know, I'm going to make it official, but I'm going to stop playing actively on this account at the end of the week. So I have to appoint you as the leader, I think. What do you think, White Comet? Do you think you are fit to be the leader of the alliance? What do we have here? Blah 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 blah. Some inactive accounts. Well, I guess we'll have to kick them. You give me my rewards. Yep, exploration. Alliance building was scouted. What do they think they can do? We have a lot of troops. So, alright, I have a lot of resources. I can help you. Yes. And, although, you know, I think I would have gone for this one, the storehouse expansion. No, that's not the storehouse, that's the architecture. Because with that we can actually accelerate the speed at which we build the fortress. Or it's only the resources consumed? It might be only for the flags then. Because we already started the fortress, so it's already done. I think it's, yeah, would be for the flags. Yeah, so no, forget what I was saying. It's all good. Fit to be leader. Well, I hope you are, because most likely I'm going to throw you in the Coliseum, you know. It feels almost like it, like you're a member of a member of an alliance. Well, still you're an R4, an officer, you know. So. Yeah. And most likely, yeah, I'm going to make you leader. I guess you want the leader spot right now? I could ask. Pass found. All right, what did I find? There's no village in this area. That's disappointing at best. Lame. Well, that's lame. Alright, my farm. Can it go to level 9, please? Or do I go with the lumber mill? Lumber mill, you know, I needed wood when I started, so I'm going to take that as a reference. Can I start the bowman? I think I'm going to go for the bowman. So I need more resources. I'm going to take... Ah! The claim button is on the right. Stop that. 200k. Do I have some objectives that only give food? Yeah, that's also the kind of the pain when you have a lot of objectives fulfilled. You have to scroll them. We can partner with the alliance. Next to the alliance, we are worried and attack them with them. Unless you are sure what you are doing, always know that a war is going to cost you potentially more than it's going to bring you. Usually what you want to do is just make more allies than foes. That's the base of diplomacy, you know. You only want to actually be on the offensive when it's really needed. Like for instance, if we can have a guarantee that they won't attack us and let us live in our area, then that's fine. Well, actually, that's how I would see it, you know. Currently, we're not a competitive alliance. That's the thing. We are not a competitive alliance. We cannot compete for the center. So all we can do is just make sure that we can have an agreement with our neighbors that they won't attack us. That's the important part. Oh yeah, that's true, we had that. Yeah, starting from City Hall level 10, you actually have a lot of interesting stuff you can do. For instance, you have this. So you can actually put some troops. So here I have Sun Tzu is going to lead some infantry. So you have this Coliseum, kind of Coliseum, where you can actually do some PvP against players, and it's not going to impact your city's growth.
Hey there.
It's kind of an arcade mode, you know. Here I have archers commanders, so I'm going to go with archers for them, and I'm going to put them behind Sun Tzu. The idea is that with that formation, I want Sun Tzu to actually engage as many marches as possible, because he has a skill which is an AoE, while the archer is going to support Sun Tzu and attack, well, the army right in front. Ideally, this formation could defend and attack. Ideally, I say. I actually have a decent ranking right now, but that's because a lot of people lost already. So, let's see. I actually have... Choose carefully. I think this guy I can beat. Let me show you what this is about. So, I said here I would do something like this. I would go with the spearman. You're all infantry, that's fine by me. I'm going to... So guys, other side note for you guys. There is a rock, paper, scissors dynamic between the units. So infantry, they beat cavalry, they beat archers, and archers they beat infantry. Well, they do bonus damage. And another thing to take into account is that the cavalry actually moves faster than the other units. So here there's a chance... there's a chance I win. Because she is taking more damage than my second march is taking. Kusnuki is going to get obliterated, potentially. Is he going to get obliterated before my Sun Tzu though? Because if he does, that's going to give me an advantage with on the second march. Yeah, okay. So then, alright. And I should win this fight. Just because I actually have now the advantage of the type of troops I mixed in my march. So there we go. It's actually not very impressive that I beat someone who has less power, but just note that potentially power is not the issue in arena. What matters in arena is the level of your commanders and the level of your city hall. Reason being that the city hall actually increases the size of your marches. You saw that I had 55,000 troops in each march, which is... yeah, it's fairly low actually. I have another Sunset Canyon run, but I don't want to use it right now. I think I am going to try and do some other stuff. I want to actually increase the level of my commanders. So, how to build a nice commander? First of all, one of the first commanders you actually want to increase level, if that makes sense, well, that you want to train, would be your main commander. And you want to focus exclusively on your main commander. I am running 4 accounts. Oh, that's a lot. You're going crazy there. Another thing that you can do is that you can increase the level of the green commanders, because they require less manuals to actually train. So for instance, let's see, I have in the... is it in the others? It's not in the other. Ah, yeah, it's actually this. So you have Tome of Knowledge. So Tome of Knowledge, they help you actually increasing the level of your commanders. How do you get the tome, you could ask? Well, at the tavern, I believe, if I'm recalling correctly, from the golden chest. We can see. I think you get some also from the silver chest. Yeah, see that? You get some from the silver chest, and you also get some higher level Tome of Knowledge from the golden chest, which is nice. Plus you can get some new commanders. And here you saw that I got the archer, but, well, the markswoman, but I already had her. So what is going to happen to that other copy of the commander? Well, it's going to be converted into sculptures. Sculptures I can then use to increase the skill of my commander. And here I want to focus on her first skill, which is her damage dealer skill, kinda, you know? So what I can do is that I can lock on the first skill. There you go. And that's actually a new feature. Well, new feature. Not so new, but... when I started the game, the first time, I didn't have this feature. And that was actually pain, because that meant you cannot put a commander at 3 stars, well, even 2 stars, before you actually max the most effective skill, usually, which is the first one. Exception being on the foraging commanders, well, the resource gathering commanders. Those you can actually go crazy on the level, on the stars. You want to actually maximize their second, third, and fourth skill usually before the active skill, because when you gather resources, the active skill does nothing. Look, it's just doing damage. You're going to gather resources, Constance. What are you doing? What we want to max is the second and third skill on her. Why is that, you would ask? Yeah, well, look at that. Troops led by this commander gain 5% increased load, which means they can actually carry 5% more resources. Isn't that crazy? That means with one commander you get more resources in one trip. Well, that also means they are going to take more time at the gathering point. But that's not all! There's more! Once again, you get, for her second skill, bonuses on the, well, the gathering speed, you know? And that's where you are going to get back the time that you kinda lost in the fact that she can take more resources. So that means you're more efficient. You do the same amount of trips, but you get more resources. Isn't that nice? And that's what you actually want to do with the gathering commanders. Usually the fighting commanders, you want to start with the first skill and then go through the other skills. Then you have, well, I've already talked briefly about that, but the talent trees. You have a lot to actually do with the talent trees. You can actually customize your commanders, you know. Commanders, they can have several usage. For instance, I could use Sun Tzu as my city guardian, you know, by going through the garrison, well, talent tree. But I decided to go with skill and infantry. Why is that? I want Sun Tzu to be able to actually fight in the field. That's how we say that. On the battlefield, out of the city, he has to be able to deal pain to the opponent. That's what I want from him. Rise of Kingdom has taken my life, lol. Yeah, welcome to Rise of Kingdom. You know, that's Rise of Kingdom for you guys. Once you start, there's a good chance that you are going to spend a lot of time on the game. And that's also why I don't want to be too active on the game. It's because it takes a lot of time, and I know myself. If I start playing and going ham, I'm going to spend my days on Rise of Kingdoms, because this game is just too good. This game is just that good, you know. So, what do you say? I take the test, and then we go for some golden chest rolls. Anyway, that's not as if I had a lot to do right now. My marches are actually taken on the fortress. Jeez. So let's take the little level. At which level, VIP level, do you permanently unlock a second building queue? Level 6. If you didn't know that, yeah, well, that's knowledge of the game. I know that. Crazy. Which of the following commanders excels at leading archers? Yi Song-ye. That's, you know, okay. I'm cheating because I actually know the questions. Most of the questions I know. If I remember correctly, Sondok, she's a gathering commander, so she has no affinity with troops. Mehmed 2, don't remember. Mehmed 2, I don't think he has any troop affinity. Friedrich 1 is actually an infantry commander, if I'm not mistaken. But, you know, who knows? We can actually go and check, you know. Isongye. There you go. Which commander is known as the Lady of the Merchants? That's not Jeanne d'Arc. Yeah, fight me about the name Joan of Arc. You know, Jeanne d'Arc. Nom d'une pépin. My French side is actually taking over. Jeez. And Cleopatra. No, she's Egyptian. So if you know your geography, know that Mercia is actually in England. And then Constance, you know she's Queen of Sicily. Sicily, where is it? In Italy? Yeah, okay. So, you know, you can actually just get to the answer by just eliminating the things that, well, the answers that are not, well, that are not right, you know. And so Ethelfled, I cannot pronounce that! How do you pronounce that? Ethelfled? I don't know. Which of these civilizations can increase their hospital capacity? This I don't remember, so I'm going to go through luck. You know, you could also cheat. You know, you can always go back, because currently we are only on the preliminaries. You know, preliminaries are just kinda, you know, you have 5 tests during the week, and by doing them you actually train to know the answers to the question. That's kinda what you do at school in a way. You just learn the question and know, well, and learn the answer. The thing is, there are a lot of questions in that game. And so, what can we do if we don't know the answer? Well, there's one thing you can do, is you can request help from your alliance, you know. But, you know, maybe your alliance is not as active, or they might not have the knowledge. So how can we check that? Well, you know, we have Arabia, Byzantium, Spain, and Ottomans. I'm going to take a wild guess, because I don't remember that one, and we can go and check. But I think the answer is Spain. Spain, I think. Could be Byzantium. I'm split between Byzantium and Spain. So how can we check that? You can go back, and then you can just go there, switch civilization. So in the options we had Arabia, which I don't think we have anything. So we have cavalry, dealt damage, and damage. So that's not Arabia for the hospital. I was split between Byzantium and the other. Oh, it's Byzantium actually. See that? There you go, you have the answer. And hospital capacity by 15%. So there you go. Now you know how to get the answer. Just for the preliminaries, you can do that. You can kinda cheat, you know. It's authorized, it's so that you know where to find the answers. And just remember the answers. Because when you are during the midterm exams, you cannot cheat because you won't have time to cheat. And you can even not go back, like I'm doing right now on the preliminaries. So here we know it's Byzantium. Simple as that. Which unit type is strong against infantry? Barbarian is not a unit type. And I actually said earlier in this stream what was the answer, you know. You guys remember? Right. So what I said was infantry beat cavalry. And that kind of makes sense, you know. Pikesmen, you know, cavalry, you don't want to charge into pikesmen. That's a dumb idea. Then, what did I say? Cavalry beat archery. So maybe the type that beats infantry might be siege units? No, actually, siege units, they suck at everything. They are not fighting units. They are siege units, you know. They don't fight. They attack cities, but they don't fight units. You know, send an army of siege units. The time if they have to deploy, they are going to be charged by either archers, infantry, and cavalry. What's going to happen to them? They are going to get murdered. The poor people. And I don't think in history we've ever seen an army solely composed of siege units. You know, that's just them. Or maybe you can say the tanks, the modern tanks, they are siege units. Well, they are not, you know. So the answer is obviously archers, right? Right? Anyway, how many VIP points can you buy with 200 gems? That's another one that you would have to know. And how do you get the answer? Well, once again, you can go through the request. I know the answer. The answer is actually 200. Because 1 gem equals 1 VIP point. And how do you get that information, you would ask? Then, once again, I'm going to VIP. I'm going to do that, you know. See? You have 10 points for 10 gems. You have 100 for 100. So, I think at that point you see the pattern. 1 gem equal 1 VIP point. There you go. You have your answer. So you can fill in the sheet. And there you go. So that's 200. Next, which Roman emperor was named Augustus after ending a civil war? Gaius Octavius, I believe. If I remember correctly, it was Gaius Octavius. So Julius Caesar, he was never actually appointed as Augustus, you know, because yeah, he just took the power from the Senate and ran with it. And just afterwards he had only issues. Constantine 1 and 2, don't think, not sure. You could say that, you know, but actually the answer was Gaius Octavius. In Norse mythology, you are weak. What do you mean I am weak? In Norse mythology, who wielded the weapon Gungnir? Gungnir, it's actually the lance of Odin, if I'm not mistaken. So you have Thor, he has Mjolnir, which is the hammer. Loki, I don't remember if he has a weapon. And Sif, I don't remember Sif. Low power? Ah, yeah. Well, the thing is, I was not able to be very active during the week. So apologize. So, you know. Plus, Gungnir is actually the kind of one of the ultimate weapons in mythology, in the Norse mythology. And the chief of the Aesirs, I think they are called that, is actually Odin. So that makes sense he would have an ultimate weapon. Thor and Loki are his sons. Well, Loki is an adoptive son. Spoiler alert. There we go. So ninth question. Where do most hurricanes start? Ah, meteorology question. So, hurricanes, where do they form? Usually hurricanes, if I'm not mistaken, they happen when you have a depression. I don't know if that's the term in English, but you know, when air actually goes from the sky to the bottom, well, to the ground. And where do they form usually? Well, that's where you have where they are going. Well, air is actually going to get its temperature lowered. And where is the most well, where would be the lowest temperature on Earth? It would be on sea. So it would make sense that it would be on open seas. So why would I say that? The reason is that you know, water is pretty cold, you know, and if I remember correctly, light, you know, the rays from the sun, they don't actually increase the temperature of water as much as they increase the temperature of the ground, you know. And so when on the ground, the air is actually going to get well, it's going to get hotter, so it's going to go up. Because you know what happens with something that is hot, it's going to go up. And when it's getting cold above the sea, that's where it's going to go down. And so it's spiral, and that's where you get your hurricanes. And so open seas. Yeah, I know. Kinda scientific answer with a lot of explanations that nobody asked for, but you know, if you know the logic behind the question and the answer, you actually can answer. You just have to know the logic. Well, just the logic is enough. In Greek mythology, what is the relationship between Zeus and Hermes? Wasn't it father and son, if I remember correctly? Anyway, Zeus is the father of almost all of the gods in the Greek mythology, you know. So I really learned that. Perfect 10 out of 10! See that? Whew! That was easy! And so when you actually get a good score, well, a good mark on your exam, your preliminary exam, you actually get a little ticket here, which is going to help you during the midterms to actually be able to make mistakes. You can actually have up to 3 tickets for the exams, and yeah. So what you want to do is actually just do all your weeks, well, all your questions during the week, so that you can train the questions, but also get those little tokens. And I can tell you that sometimes they are very helpful, because you don't have there are times where you won't be able to get the answers to the question, and if you don't know, yeah, well, better use your ticket. Try always to get an answer anyway, because you can accidentally also get the answer. That's for the midterm exams. But there we go. Can gather resources. Did I gather? Oh, Constance is back. So now I can send her to gather some wood, because I need more wood. I can gather that wood, not on their territory technically, so I'm not offending anybody by doing that, right? Alright, here we go. One other thing I want to do is actually to increase the level of my Centurion. Why is that? The Centurion is actually also another gathering commander. You can see because of his talent tree. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to level up my Centurion. I don't think I need another one. There we go. And then blop, blop, and there we go. He's level 10. So now I'm going to show you a little trick that can help you get 3 stars quickly, with a bit of luck. It might not work 100% of the time, but it will increase your chances to actually get to 5 stars. So you could be tempted to actually just go and put all your stars like that, and well, yeah, if you get lucky, that's going to help you. But what you can do also to you know, just help you, you just go to less than half here. Why is that? Because if you get lucky here and you actually have the bonus, yeah, because actually there's a probability, which is it's the luck here. That's the probability you have to actually double the experience you will put on your commander for the stars, you know. And if I put everything like that, I'm only going to there in the 3rd star, so I'm not going to get my 3rd star. So what I can do is I can actually kinda cheese the system, and I can go, I want to develop here, so for half, because if I get double that way, that's only going to put me at 80%, and on this star 80% is the sweet spot. So then I go again half of what, less than half of what is remaining to go to the next star. So I go 1, and then I pray to the gods that I won't get lucky on that one. You know, it's 10%, but you could still get it. There you go. And now if I put 1 star, I'm going to have my 2nd star, but not the 3rd one. So now I can actually go crazy on the materials, and I develop. And if I have luck, I have 60% chances right now. Well, 60% chance to actually get double what I have here. So I know I'm 50% on the 3rd star. So if I get lucky, I'm actually I actually have 3 stars. So there we go. And I got lucky. I got my 3rd star. There you go. That's how you get 3 stars on a 1-star commander. That's something you might want to do on most of your commanders now. In the old days, that's not something you would want to do, because once again, you always want to do your 1st skill, then the 2nd, then the 3rd, then the 4th. But now that you can actually lock on which skill you are going to work, well, that's no longer an issue. So you can go crazy on the stars. And there are actually characters that you actually want to go crazy on the stars so that you can increase the skill 2 and skill 3 before skill 1. And, well, there you'd have to get lucky. But the more skills you unlock, the more likely you are going to be to get something other than your skill 1. Food for thought. Food for thought. So there you go. So I'm going to increase the level of my Centurion. What level do I want to aim for? So let's start putting some talent points. So my Centurion, I want him to be able to gather resources. The most important resources in the beginning of the game are going to be food and wood. And then eventually you are going to want to go to stone. And the last one will be gold. So first I'm going to go there. So I need 1, 2, 5. 5 more levels. Can I actually get to level 18? That's a good question. Do I have enough Tome of Knowledge? I do! Nice! There you go. And now I have a commander who is able to go on the field and gather every single type of resource with a bonus of 30% gathering speed. And guys, that's going to be very important to be able to gather resources in this game. Resources are literally the most important thing you are going to need in this game. You want to stockpile your resources, but not to the point where it would get above your storage limit, your protection capacity. Because let's say you have 500,000 food, then you become a target, you know? There's a little target that appears on your back, and your neighbors of some other alliances are going to want to, you know, use you as a piggy bank, you know? And what do you do to a piggy bank once you want to get back the money that's inside? Yeah, exactly, you smash it! Yeah, that's alright. What can I say? So how can you actually spend your resources when you have too much? So first you have the VIP shop. You can buy some speed ups. They are always nice to get, by the way. You can get some basic action point recovery. So that's going to be the points you use to attack barbarians. And you know, I used Tome of Knowledge to increase the level of my commanders. But ideally, what you want to do is actually just train your commanders against barbarians. Because that's going to take you sometimes some action points, but that's also going to give you some resources. And when I say resources, I mean resources tokens, you know, this kind of thing. And that's the best kind of resource, because that's something that your competitors, enemies, cannot steal. These resources I have here, nobody can steal them unless they hack my account. Not that I would challenge anybody to hack my account, please don't do that. I might not be able to watch for long. My internet is garbage on Twitch for some reason. Oh shish. Well, no problem. Anyway, we can still talk in game, you know. By the way, what do we have as messages? What's up? Was wondering if you're like to talk about an alliance. Ah! Oh, that's interesting. Which alliance is that? Loot. Is it the neighboring alliance? No, that's not. Is it? If it is, I will be very happy. Loot. Where are you? Where are you? Loot. Sorry for the noise. Where are you? Where are you? I guess they don't have a fortress. Are they? Or neighbors like? Where are they? I can't find them. Why would they want an alliance with us if they are not in our area? I'm confused. I'm confused, guys. Alright, I'm going to send my scouts to do some more interesting thingies. Scouting, that is. You can go there. Oh, you're going to explore some new areas there. Yeah, guys, always think when you send your scouts, how can I actually explore areas that I never explored before? Accidentally, you know? Well, that's not an accident because that's something you do on purpose, but yeah, be mindful of that. That's what I would say. You can kind of optimize the path of your scouts so that they would explore something more than the area where you send them. That's always nice. Ah, I can also get resources from here, by the way. Always do your daily quests. That always helps a lot. Did I start the bowman? Yeah, I did. Nice. So then I will be able to get some bowmen, and they are going to be better than the slingers. Slingers, they are nice initially, but actually they are trash. And there's a reason for that. They are tier 1 units. The units that you are going to spend the most time in this game are going to be tier 3 units. Tier 4 units, they are a pain in the butt to actually get. I'm not going to lie to you. The units that you want to go the fastest as possible are tier 3 units. Tier 4 units, they take forever to get. Plus, they are your special units. So here for China, I have Chukonu. Chukonu. I don't know how to pronounce it! Ah, someone help. Oh, I send the help. So then I have to answer. I have to answer here. So I was wondering if you'd like to talk about an alliance. Hi, Freaky Chronic. I'm going to go with Chronic, you know. Too long to type, too hard to type. Am I on my English type of keyboard? What's happening? Yeah, no, actually, it's just that I cannot type. I cannot type! Yeah, actually that's the tricky bit, you know. The guilds, clans, they are called alliances, but then you can forge alliances between alliances, and that's where it's going to be quite, you know, messy to talk about. Yeah, I have my alliance. They are nice people, you know. We have 5 alliances together in one alliance. Wait. Oh, my head. It's burning. I would get some troops real soon. That's going to be very nice. So in the meantime, let's go for the second trial for the Sunset Canyon. Ah, I lost. I lost the points I so hardly got. Can I actually beat someone here? Ah, I know what I'm going to do. I don't want to do that actually. I was about to say I'm going to level up my Sun Tzu, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. That's going to be painful. Though, I don't think I can beat someone who's double my my power right now. Not with the commanders I have. Well. But just note that if you beat someone higher ranked than you are going to rack a lot of points. And I lost another battle. Oh, neat. I think I can take on that guy. Can I take on this guy? So let's see. Let's analyze the... Let's talk about that. Can I? 55, 58. Ah, there's Jeanne d'Arc here. And Lohar. Lohar is actually not very scary. But Jeanne is actually quite scary. Not going to lie to you guys. Jeanne is very scary. She actually has a buff. She has a buff when she activates her skill. So that's going to make Lohar deal more damage and take less damage. And that's the most painful thing that can happen on a double march battle, you know? If the bonus was, well, the buff and debuffs, well, the buffs were only on one commander, that would be fine for me. But if it's Jeanne, I cannot compete. I'm going to lose my points. Yeah, whatever. I'm going to wait until I do my next try. Where are they? That's the question I have for myself. I'd have to go and see. Can I find them? Can I actually find them? I think you cannot pinpoint someone. Though... 4 million... 4 million power. What are we currently? Yeah, we are 2 million. We are quite small actually. And we are actually... Our net power is actually less because we have inactive people. Can watch the stream, my internet's garbage. No problem, Ratchet. No problem. That's actually quite commit. And as for where they are, I'm not sure. I'd have to... I was actually searching for them in our area. But if they are not in our area, we'll have to see what they have to... Well... How they are going to profit to us. You know, alliances are... you give and you receive. And it cannot be... Well... It could be one way unilateral, but those are not alliances. Those are domination. You can kick me out of foreign activity. It's already done. Spoiler alert, Cytropist, it's already done. Plus your account actually disappeared. Well, your city disappeared. At some point, I also actually used your city as a kind of teleportation device for my troops, so that they would get faster to the barbarians. Oh yeah, I know you're shocked. And even choked. Just remember, Cytropus, the way you wrote it is choke. But if you mean that you cannot breathe, yeah, I won't let you breathe. Let me breathe my oxygen. Let me keep my oxygen. Don't breathe my oxygen. It's mine. No? I'm going to make you pay for the oxygen usage. There's actually this old cartoon called Valerian and Lorlin, and there are some alien species in that cartoon that would make you pay for the oxygen you breathe. They are called the Tengus, and incidentally they actually resemble Tengus, Japanese Tengus, but very small, like small kid size small, you know. But they are very greedy, so damn aliens, why do you want my money? you don't want me to breathe, and you are going to take my money too? What? That's so messed up. Let me keep my money at the very least, and my dignity. What do we have? The news. I'm going to pay for the news. What do we have to say? War never ends! Yesterday, we witnessed a mighty battle between Alliance number 1021. I-021? Or 01... Well, 01I? O? Always, you know. It's just, they wrote 1021, but with letters. Yeah, very funny. Yeah. I'm impressed. Very impressed. And Alliance number 2268, AM68, on the battlefield with 430 million blah 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 warriors losing their lives or severely wounded. Blood, glory, conviction, and longing. What has been left on this battlefield will be etched forever into the history of our kingdom. Yep. Well, yeah, yeah. Interesting, guys. Wow. Why would you want to lose so many troops? Well, severely wounded, that's not an issue, but dead. Huh. Just know that if our kingdom is aiming for kingdom versus kingdom, the more troops we lose internally, the less effective we are going to be during kingdom versus kingdom. Because yeah, you know, you could say, oh mate, you have so many people on this server that I could beat the shit out of. But you know, that's not the end of the game here. Here is actually only part of the game. It's only the, you know, the beginning ground. You have then to make a unified kingdom, and once you get your unified kingdom, you'll get the opportunity to actually go to the Lost Kingdom. There you go. Here, the Lost Kingdom, where well, all the kingdoms around the Lost Kingdom are going to actually fight, and the more troops you lose in your own kingdom, the less troop you are going to be able to send to the Lost Kingdom. But you know, there are people, they can only see what's before their eyes, which is this server, this kingdom, and so they just want to spread blood all over the kingdom, and that's not a very good way to actually build a unified kingdom. Plus, there's one thing I said, you know, once you get some too much resources in your bank, in your storehouse, and it's eventually no longer protected. Well, the thing is, it's good. You can attack me. I have resources. But what are you going to lose for these resources? Well, obviously, if you attack me with tier 4 units, yeah, I'm going to just die instantly and get my resources looted. But if you attack me with tier 3 units, and I have also tier 3 units, the battle is going to be damn bloody. And usually when you attack a city, you don't attack it on your own. You always create a march using your alliance members, like rallies. So what are rallies, guys? You would ask. Yeah, well, rallies usually appear in here, in the war menu of your alliance. So how does that work? Let's say I would want to attack this guy here because his head is not very nice. Yeah, I don't have. What do I need? Governors with level 15. Ah, what? Ready can only be. Ah, they finally balanced that. I think that's something new. This restriction. All right. Attack started. $42K in 5 minutes. So what was that? I sent you a request. I think. Yeah, I missed some messages in the Alliance chat. So what do they say? Hi everyone. If you would like to attack a bar, if you would like to join an attack to a barbarian castle, please let know how many soldiers and when. Attack started. Hey, he's doing his job. Interesting. He's an R4, an officer. Yeah, currently I'm the leader, but I'm going to step down as a leader because if I had actually more free time during my days, then I would still keep the leader position. But I'm not going to be very active during the day past this week. So I prefer to give the lead to someone who's going to be active, rather than just staying as the leader and just you know, be a blocking factor for my alliance. Oh, see that? So just little tip guys, pro tip. The villages, they can give you some technologies. So which technologies though? I'm going to show you. So in your academy, you have the military technologies, but you also have the economic technologies. And all those technologies I didn't research. I got them from the villages. So there you go. I think that's the maximum I can get from the villages, those technologies. 4. And then I can just research them manually and go to the next step. But just so you know, guys, you can actually spare some resources by just exploring the map and gaining the economic technologies from the villages. And once you have those technologies, you can go ham on the economic technologies. There are some nice technologies. For instance, you have a writing that is going to decrease the time you spend researching technologies, which at some point is going to be very relevant. And you have the production followed by the gathering speed. That's always in this order for each resource. Here what do we have? Gathering speed, general, and there you have gathering speed. Ah, no, wait. That's for wood. Yeah, that's for wood. That's for food. And yeah, as I said, first production, and then you have gathering speed. Here you have building speed. It's useful, you know. The faster you can get this technology on the map, the happier you are going to be. So always use your scouts efficiently. If that's one thing you should remember, it's use your scouts efficiently and collect the rewards from your from the tribal villages. They are going to help you go fast, like so fast. Okay, I have some troops in my town, though I'm not sure what I have. That's the commanders. That's not what I want. What I want is the troops I have in my city. Yeah, I don't have something that would help me create an attack. Oh, hello, Kinkin. How are you today? You have Princess Connect JP or EN? I have Princess Connect EN version. Ah, also, Kinkin, I have a big question for you. So, I actually used Stream Elements service to actually create t-shirts design, and I actually ordered one that I received today, and look at that. Look at that. So yeah, well, for now it's the only copy of that t-shirt that is going to exist for now, but I want actually your opinion on the idea of putting your emotes on t-shirts. If you're cool with that, we can actually, well, I can actually do some designs for the t-shirts and show them to you, and we can discuss that. And then I'll be able to open the t-shirt shop on Stream Elements, so that everybody can get their t-shirts. You want to buy it? Well, we'll have to actually think about some nice designs for t-shirts with the emotes, I think. I think, you know, there's some nice things to do with those t-shirt design. So I did that one really quickly, you know. Just I wanted to test and order one to see what the quality of the product would be, and actually it's not so bad. Let me just put it as a bigger screen. So yeah, look, it doesn't look that bad. If anything, it looks nice. I think the emote actually is very nice. My logo, though, I think I have to rework it. I think I have to rework it. But what I'm going also to test is it going to withstand washing? That's always the issue with the printing like that. Is it going to be durable? You know, but I have one right now. But yeah, someday let's talk about the designers for the t-shirts. I think there's some nice things to do so that everybody can get one. Oh. Alright! Oh, look. I actually watched my game once again, and here I have some gifts. What time is it? Whoa. Claim prize. Please give me... So... This... What's this, again? The trading post. The trading post is actually a very nice building you have to build. You have to build it. There are some nice rewards to collect from here. You know, just the golden keys are very useful. With the golden keys you get more commanders, and with more commanders you get more efficiency. With more efficiency you get more rewards. That's a virtuous cycle, you know. Incredible, isn't it? But you can also unlock the paid rewards. Don't know if they are worth the price. Did they actually rework the price though? I guess the price is not so bad. But spend only the money you can spend is what I'm going to tell you guys. Spend only the money you would say is befitting you playing the game. Oh wait, do I have a mystery escape? Oh yeah, I have one here. I'm going to cheese the game once again. I'm going to pecorino the game! Yeah, the pecorino is actually an Italian cheese. It's the one you use in carbonara. And why am I saying it with that accent, guys? That's very important. It's because I'm talking about the traditional recipe. Or the carbonara. Because the more modern recipes, you know, they use cream in the carbonara. The carbonara. I'm going to say carbonara. Carbonara. with a not so Italian accent. It's not that I don't like it. It's that yeah, it's a variation, you know. Still working, coloring the emotes. No problem, Kinkin. And anyway, it's just you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. I'll send you some pictures of designs I will do, and we can discuss the designs. You know. That's what I wanted to say. We can discuss it. You know. I'm not going to overload you. Otherwise, at some point you are going to be very tired, and I don't want to kill you, Kinkin. Alright, who do I put as the main commander? I think either way is the same, because they have the same bonuses towards wood. So that's fine, I can send them. If it was on RoKs, then that would have been the Centurion, that would have been the main commander. So yeah, important stuff. So you see that 3-star commanders can have a secondary commander with them. Kinda, you know, you have the commander and the vice commander, the second in command, you know, something like that. And that's only possible starting from the 3 stars level for your commanders. And so, what happens when you put 2 commanders together for a march? So, well, you actually combine the skills, you know. So if I put the Centurion with Constance, I actually get this. Well, that's not actually very useful, but this for gathering resources. So that means here I have the 2% bonus of gathering speed plus 2% increased load. So I gather faster and I carry more 2%. And then you combine this with Constance. And you get gathering speed, 3% on wood, 2% on food and stone, but also 5% increased load. Well, that's an additive. That's an additive bonus, though, I believe, between the two. It's not multiplicative. Would have been nice if it were multiplicative, but whatever. I'll take it. It's still nice. But you would ask, what happens with the talents tree? Well, only the talent tree for the main commander is going to apply to your march. So if I put Constance as the first commander, it's going to be her talent tree that is going to be applied. And if I put the Centurion as the main commander, it's going to be the Centurion's talent tree. Always keep that in mind, because for instance, if I want to fight, I'm going to want Sun Tzu to be the main commander. If I want to fight if I want to fight other players, I want Sun Tzu to be the main commander, because he's oriented towards combat, you know, here, with the fact that I'm going to skill and infantry. But if I'm fighting barbarians, I want to be using my markswoman as the main commander, because she has the peacekeeper talent tree. And the peacekeeper talent tree is actually used to fight barbarians. That's this. There are so many things we can say about Rise of Kingdoms. There are too many mechanics to actually take in consideration. Too many things to know. And just my little pea brain. What am I calling a pea brain? Alright! I said we would do some pools, by the way, so why don't we do some pools? After all. So here we go. What I could do is I could go through all my keys in one go, but I believe that's not going to be very entertaining, so I'm going to do it one by one. Are you ready, guys? Are you ready to see the gacha pools? But because the thing is, if I do open all, it's going to be very boring, you know. Let's go with one by one. Oh! Alright, so I have Lancelot du Lac. He has a very French name for a Knight of the Round Table. Jeez. I guess at some point, anyway, Brittany was part of the English kingdom. The Plantagenet Empire? Was that? Oh! Cao! Yes! Oh! Cao! He's going to conquer the world! Well, actually China first, but it's nice actually to have a Chinese commander and a legendary at that on a Chinese account. That's nice. Next! Oh, Baybars! I actually like Baybars. Baybars. I don't know how to pronounce it properly. Sarka. Ah, Sarka is nice. She's also a gathering commander, by the way. But she's more well-rounded around all the resources that you have to gather. So nice commander to have. Here we have Belisarius. Oh, Belisarius is actually a cavalry commander, by the way. Important to know, by the way, what are the affinities of your commanders. For instance, Belisarius is a cavalry commander, so he's more effective at leading cavalry units. You have Gozen Tomoe. Yeah, I'm going to say it the Japanese way because she's Japanese. So Gozen, family name first. Tomoe, first name second, is an archer commander. So you want to put her at the head of an archer march, if that makes sense. We'll upload upcoming new emotes, but just sketch in February 1st. But it's not colored yet. Oh, no problem. You know, I want to see what you are going to prepare. What do you have in store, King? Cannot wait. Oh, Friedrich! Friedrich, German king. Well, Holy Roman Emperor. Holy Molico. Holy Roman Emperor from 1155 until his death. But when did he die? Died in 1190 in Asia Minor while leading an army in the Third Crusade. Oh jeez, he was a crusader then. Qualities that are made. Oh, you know, I really actually appreciate the fact that all the history figures that they have in the game, they put kind of a biography. Well, that's a biography of the character. Plus, the skills they have are often related to what they did in their lives. And I have Friedrich. Oh, Gaius Marius. Don't remember. Wasn't that the one who actually did the reform to the Roman army so that it would get to be, well, so that it would become a professional army. I don't remember, but I think that was him who made some reforms to the Roman army. And I think that those were called the Marian reforms. Don't remember how you call it in English though. I also had Sondok. Sondok is a gathering commander. She's a legendary and gathering commander. So she's actually very hard to level up. To level up and to skill up, and that's very important to be able to skill up a commander. Ishida Mitsunari is also a nice gathering commander, though a bit expensive due to the fact that he's a legendary, same. And some other sculptures for Gaius Marius. Ah! Well, I have Sarka now. Gozento boy! Not, well, one sculpture away from her! I will get her. Herman Bjorn Ironside. Ah, Bjorn. If I can get him, that would be nice. Actually, there's one I want. That's the new Egyptian commander. Seems to be. I read his skills. They are so nice. Well, what are we waiting for? We get Sarka. Here. Right here, right now! Sarka! Don't know how to pronounce it though. Herman! Herman! Yes! Ah, that's so nice. And I also unlocked Lancelot. So, yeah! Pretty nice. So far it's going well. Oh, 9 keys remaining, guys! So here I only get some resources and one speed up. Resources. Ah, Gaius Marius. So now we can actually confirm, was he the one who did the reforms to the army? Gaius Marius was a Roman general and statesman who served as consul of the Roman Republic 7 times throughout his life. Wow. Was pretty loved by the people then. Gaius took office soon after the Roman forces has been defeated by the invading Germanic tribes, the Teutons, the Ambrones, and the Cimbri. He swiftly implemented a number of military reforms. See? That was him! I knew it! Of a number of military reforms and instituted a draft. Ah, yeah, okay. So it's a draft. Ah, and proportional... Yeah, okay. Gaius succeeded in leading Rome to victory over the Germanic tribes, but his military draft changed Roman society forever. Professional soldiers grew more and more attached to the leader they followed, giving popular generals unprecedented political power that ultimately transformed the Roman Republic into a tyrannical empire. So he was kind of the one who implemented the reforms that would lead Julius Caesar into being, well, the dictator of the Roman Republic, because, you know, we have this popular belief that at some point Julius Caesar became emperor, but he never was. He never was. He was always the dictator of the Roman Republic, and it was not even yet the Roman Empire. You know, it was still the Roman Republic. So interesting. His reforms actually helped bringing Julius Caesar into being the dictator of Rome. And by the way, dictator at the time of the Roman Republic was actually something that the Senate could actually implement during crisis. You know, the idea was that if voting was too slow to respond to whatever was happening to the Republic, then the Senate would vote to elect somebody as their dictator, and the dictator would be the one with all the power. And after the crisis would be, dealt with, that's when the dictator would step down and give back the power to the Senate. That's how it was meant to work. But, for instance, Julius Caesar or what was it? Yeah, Julius Caesar, he never gave back the power. In French we say Jules César. Differences between languages. Cleopatra! I see. Cleopatra! Yes, that's nice. Ah, Quintamar. Quintamar of Georgia. She's also gathering commander, if I recall correctly. Too many commanders that do gathering. I want a good fighting commander. I have Cao Cao, but he's a legendary, which makes him a pretty hard commander to actually level up. Well, that's all my gold keys. Sad life. So I'm going to use all the silver keys. That's not very interesting usually, what happens there. So there we go. Oh! Well, 10 sculptures for Sarka, 30 sculptures for the markswoman. She's going to be fit. She's going to be bulky. What am I saying? I'm going to get strike there. Centurion 10. Well, okay. That seems nice. All right. So now we go and we look at the commanders. So I can summon Sir Lancelot du Lac.
I am Lancelot du Lac, Knight of the Round Table.
Well, who doesn't know Lancelot?
Awaits your command.
Well, actually, I'm asking this question, but pay me no mind. Just asking myself some dumb questions. Alright, so can I actually level 5? Alright. So I maxed her first skill. And I think I want to go with the second and then the third. Alright! I have a pretty nice commander. Guys, I have to show you that. I'm going to download all. That's pretty fast, I think. Those animations! Those animations! Just so you know, by the way, actually Cleopatra, she was a Greek. She was a pharaoh, but most of all, she was Greek. So. Oh, by the way, in this game we also have Lubu. We have Lubu in this game. But I don't know if we can actually unlock Lubu this early in the game. Damn, I want to unlock Lubu now. I had an account on which I had actually Lubu. No! I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that with her. Guys, remember what I said about gathering commanders. You want to first level them up, and then... But I'm going to be very lazy and I'm going to do that this way. It's not the proper way to do it. Do what I say, not what I do! That's such a teacher thing to say. Alright, and then I do this. Remove one, develop. Then I pray that I don't get lucky. Yeah, alright. And now I can go crazy on the stars. Do I do that? Does it have any purpose? No, it doesn't. It doesn't have any purpose in life, so I'm going to do just that. Or actually it has one purpose. It's going to guarantee that... Yeah, I want to guarantee that. Alright. So now I have those skills that I can level up, and I want to actually level up those skills first. So this one, please. Yes! Now she can gather faster. Yay. That's how you do, that's how you play Rise of Kingdoms, guys. Right, and now I can... that and that. Alright! Then at some point, actually, the thing is you can actually just make it so that your commanders have different talent trees, you know? You don't have that many knowledge, well, tome of knowledge. You can just have some commanders focus on food and wood, and then have some other focus on gold and stone. I trust you. Do I level up Gaius Marius right now? I don't think I need to. Don't think I need to. Look! She's going to poison them. Femme fatale. Sorry about that. My French slipped. Yeah, I don't think I want to level up Gaius Marius right now. Alright, I have a challenge that I... Oh, thank you very much. And there's another one I should have right here. Yay. Yay, yay. And this... silver key, once again. Neat! The next silver key to use. What do I want to level up next? What were the conditions for you? Hospital, level 10. Okay, so let's go to the hospital. No, call an ambulance, but not for me! What? Arika. I explored in there? No. Very funny. Not very nice of you. Let me explore wherever I want. I wish we could actually queue the exploring... well... I wish we could queue exploring orders. That would be so nice. I'm going off. No problems, Cytopus. And yes, we'll see you on Sunday. So, yep. See you, take care. Don't do too much silly stuff, and yeah, let's have some fun around a nice game of Yu-Gi-Oh! On Sunday. I can claim that. This also. I'm going to claim all the rewards that are not resources. Resources, they are nice, but they are better protected in here. Oh, look at that! So, universal sculptures. You want to use them for commanders that you would have some troubles getting the sculptures. I don't think there are a lot of epic commanders that you would not be able to get the sculptures either through what is it? The solo missions or the golden keys. I don't think there are any. Maybe Mulan. I think Mulan is a... No, Mulan is actually a legendary. What am I saying? That's a lot of speed ups there. There's also another reason why you wouldn't want to go ham on your speed ups. It's because if you want to build buildings, you need resources. And when you no longer have resources, well, your speed ups, they are nice, but they are going to create you some downtime. So always use your speed ups. But if you want to do a long-term account, just use them efficiently. You know, don't throw them when you don't have any more resources. Only do that when you are sure that the next building you still have the resources for. Otherwise, you're better off waiting until you can get some more resources and launch the next building. Otherwise, it's going to be lost building time. Yeah, pro tips there. Okay, so I'm going to do some reward gathering. Oh, I'm playing Tribal Village the Gathering. Who has the reference for that? Ah. Tribal Village the Gathering. A card game where you play using tribal villages. Alright. I have so many... Oh. Actually, you can go to level 5. Interesting. I wish you could get all the economic technologies through the tribal villages. That would be nice. Damn, that would be nice, but that would be too broken, I guess. But at least that's nice that they give you all the first resource, the resources, the first economic technologies. And actually, one thing you have to know, I believe you can only get the technologies from the villages if you have the academy level to do the research. Otherwise, they won't pop in. Well, they won't give you that resource. That resource. Technology. Cannot speak. Cannot think. Yeah. I have one. Oh. That's a high level reward. This mysterious cave. Wow. I'm impressed. I want that. I want that reward. I also want to fight barbarians, but if I don't have my troops in the fortress, that's going to take a hell of a lot of time to actually build. We were at 17 hours when we started the stream, if I remember correctly. So I'm going to just I wish we could just do a claim all villages. Where is that button? Please give that button, Lilith. Lilith Gaming, please hear my plea. We need a gather all button for the villages when you have them scouted. You know, that would be so useful. That's more a quality of life update, I would say. But you know, for people who don't have that much time to put into the game, that would be a huge boost. Because I think for outsiders, what would be the first deterrent to play the game would be the time you have to invest to have a decent level in the game. Though, I have to say it's only maybe the first 2 weeks that are going to be very time consuming. But then once you reach the tier 3 troops, you can actually put a 24-hour build in your production, in your recruitment facilities, like the barracks, the siege workshop, the archery range, those structures, you know. And I think, well, no, actually, maybe it's only an 8-hour build. So that means you don't have to actually wake up during the night to go and refill your queues. At some point I was doing that. And I know it's bad for your sleep. Unless you're actually used to doing that, like, you know, waking up during the night, doing your stuff, going back to sleep. Damn, you'd have to be pretty fast to fall asleep. That's for sure. Well, that's not me. Guys, that's definitely not me. When I want to sleep, I take so much freaking time. Falling asleep is an art. Literally. How do you do that fast? Unless you're really tired. Being tired is actually the best way to fall asleep very fast. But unless you're unless you have insomnia, at which point I feel very sorry for you. But yeah, to me, falling asleep seems like an art, you know? How do you do that? Now there are some tricks, but... Did you actually beat the boss? Or did this guy just send the troops on that reward, thinking that they would get it? Spoiler alert, I already did it once, and when I did that I felt pretty embarrassed because I didn't get any reward. Yeah, there's no reward to get from something that was already, from a boss that was already taken care of. That's very sad. So, oh, wait, I can do something. So look at that. I'm going to send my scout here, and I have a mysterious cave right here, to which I'm going to be able to send my scout. So what's going to happen is that my scout is going to explore this cave, and then he's going to go explore all those areas and up to this area that I sent him initially. So he's going to clear quite a lot of tiles. Plus right now he's going through the fog of war. So that's a win all around. Constance is coming home! She's got the wood. Ah ha ha ha! Did you see that joke? Is that a morning wood? What was the joke? Sometimes I actually feel sorry for myself, and for those of you who are actually really listening to what I say. Don't listen to everything that I say. I can say some pretty dumb stuff. By the way... Ah! I wanted to click on claim, please. 20 technologies, level 10 for the academy, level 14. Ah, can I actually do level 14 until the end of this event? Not sure. I know you can actually do that if you do a jumper. So what is a jumper? A jumper is when you start an account on one server and you are going to keep your city hall to level 7, bring all your buildings to level 7 and wait for around, I think you have 10 days to do your migration. So you'll wait until the 9th day, just to be safe. And on the 9th day you are going to you are going to migrate to the latest server available. And by doing that, you are going to have your city hall level 7 and have all your troops already trained, have, you know, your expedition already filled. Up to this level, I think you can actually go to 15 if you push really good, really well. And you are going to be on a fresh server. So you'll have a lot of people who are going to be level 1 and you are going to be level 7. And guess what? You can even be level 8. Because you arrive on the server, you throw down your city hall level 8. You can boost it. You can, because you have... Well, actually, at that point, you might not have yet unlocked the second build queue. The permanent second build queue, which is VIP 6. You remember the quiz? So yeah, second build queue is VIP 6. And I don't think, unless you spend gems on the VIP points, I don't think you get to VIP 6 in, yeah, roughly a week, you know. Don't know, I don't think. Also, important note, you see I'm VIP 3. There's also... That's because you actually get some rewards in the missions here that will give you some free VIP points. So that's one thing you have to consider. If you want to invest in your VIP points, first wait until you get the points from the rewards, and then spend your gems if you want to gem your VIP points. I know a YouTuber named Shizcool. He does a lot of guides on this game, and there are some nice guys that are still on his channel. Don't know if he updated the jumper account guide, but yeah, he did a pretty nice analysis of where you should spend your gems. Don't know if it got updated because we got a lot of new functionalities in the game, well, features I should say. But overall, I don't think VIP is going to be the focus for your gems. Although, it's still better to spend your gems on the VIP points than on resources, I think. Oh, hello, Commander Steve, how are you today? Hope you are doing good. Hey, Commander Steve, I have something very nice to show you. Let me know what you think about that. I'm going to show you something nice. And yeah, I feel good. I feel good! Sorry about that. But, Commander Steve, well, Kinkin already saw that, but I'm going to show you. I present you in real time the Dark Bananas Playground t-shirt. That's, for now, that's the only t-shirt you will see looking like that. Because I'm still thinking about the design, but that's a nice, that's a basic design that I came with very quickly. I wanted to test and see what the quality of the product would be, and yeah, it's nice. Plus, the t-shirt is actually it has a nice quality. Usually, I I wear M t-shirts, but this one is actually an L. I'm going to wear it as a you know, a comfortable type t-shirt you wear at home, you know, and you become a scrub. You lay down in your couch or whatever with a nice loosey t-shirt, and you just relax, you know. That's the kind of t-shirt I wanted it to be for now, just for the test, you know. So yeah, I'm thinking about actually opening a t-shirt shop on Twitch Element. Well, no, not Twitch Element, Stream Element. Sorry about that. And so yeah, that's the first design I actually made. But I think I have some thinking to do. Maybe I'll also involve everything on Discord, you know. Ask you for advice, what you would want to see as on the t-shirt, which stamps you want to see on the t-shirts, stuff like that. Oh, Jesus Christ! Look at that! Constance is back once again, so I can send her to gather more resources. Constance, please go there. We need more food. But it's not Constance, it's Sarka. Oh, Sarka, please! Go and gather some more food. We need more food. I also need the 3rd March. When is the 3rd March? Oh, that's level 11. Bienvenue sur le chat. What's happening? Did my what? My OBS just reset? What? All right. I see. Well, why not, after all? Technical issues are just that. Technical issues. I'm saying dumb stuff. Don't hate me for that. Well, you can hate me. I'm just going to hate you back. And the one just finished is the one who was going there. Okay, can you actually go back right here and explore this mysterious cave? Thank you very much, my little scout friend. Right, look at that, world exploration, full field. What do I have still to do for day 1? City Hall level 16. Yeah, that's going to be tough. I did all the login rewards, so that's nice. So I have only that for day 1. For day 2, what objectives do I still need to do? Gold chests and commanders. More gold chests and 3 commanders. Oh, I need 3 other commanders. That's nice. What else? Accumulate strength. Unit training building to level 10-14. Watchtower to level 5. Oh, my watchtower is only level 3? Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, guys, I'm going to show you the building. Most of you guys, if you play on a long-term account, you are going to forget the watchtower. And why is it that you are going to forget that building? It's because it's out of your city. Yeah, I'm sure you are going to forget that building. At some point, you are going to be level 15 and you'll have a watchtower level 7, you know, and you'll feel quite dumb. I tell you that. What do we have? Oh, nice. I wish the fortress was done already. But we don't have enough members that are actually putting their marches in the fortress. Usually a fortress can be done in about 4 hours. If everybody actually help. Yeah, we don't have a lot of troops. If I were actually more active on the server, I could have actually had half of those troops in the fortress. Which seems silly when I say that, but that's true. That's true, actually. Well. The thing is, the goal is not to have all your troops in the fortress. Well, you want to have the maximum possible amount of troops, but you don't want everything in the fortress. Reason being that you have other activities to do. For instance, I should be fighting barbarians, but I don't have enough troops. So that's that. And right now I feel pretty dumb because I'm not showing you the nice way of doing some fights against the barbarians. But if there's one thing you should remember about, you know, the credits you can get here, is that you can get your credits pretty fast if you send your troops on a building, and then once they reach the maximum, you call them back to your city, and then you send them again, so that they give you the coins, and yeah, and then you can actually go to the building once again and generate some more coins. Then what can you do with those coins, the silver coins? Well, you can go to the Alliance shop. Oh wait, that's not what I wanted to do. This is a pretty old announcement, by the way. It's no longer available, by the way. But it's still on my Stream Deck. Stream Deck. Oh, and so, what do you do with the silver coins? That's very easy. You use them in the Alliance shop. Right now, our Alliance shop is actually quite empty, and that's quite sad. How can you fill the Alliance shop? That's easy. You ask your rank 4 officers, well, the officers, or your guild leader, well, Alliance leader, to buy the items to put in the shop. You just have to note one thing. The Alliance items, they cost gold coins. Gold coins are actually they are actually gained at the same time as silver coins. So every member that earned silver coins, they also generate gold coins for the Alliance. And so once they are generated, they are stored here, and then it can be used for either, well, the Alliance shop, but also, and most importantly, for your buildings. The most important building being, well, first the fortress and then the flags. So you see, the first flag is going to cost 50k gold coins, which yeah, that's a fair amount, you know. But the thing is, the price actually rises the more flags you build. So usually Alliance leaders, officers, they have to balance, they have to find the perfect balance between putting items in the shop and building Alliance buildings. And usually you want the priority to be on Alliance buildings, because Alliance buildings, for instance, the flags, they let you actually get strategic points like this one, Alliance Gold Deposit.
Alliance members can dispatch
those buildings, what they do is that they gather resources over time that you can then claim from this screen. You do claim. Here we have no resource, but that's because we don't have a territory right now. I feel pretty sad about that. One day I'll build an alliance that will be able to rival with the biggest alliance in the servers. But that day is not today. One day. I wish I could do that. But that would require some time to invest. Leading people is actually quite time consuming too. This game is already time consuming, but if you have to also be kind of a manager in the game, because in the end, guys, well, that's not a full-time work, you know. That's a game, so have fun playing the game. But there are aspects of this game, like alliances, where you could be put in the spot of a kind of a manager, you know. When you're an officer, you're kind of a manager for the alliance. You can view actually the alliance as a company where you pay in your time, your playing time, you know, and then you are rewarded because you actually have you have people with you who are going to help you play the game, but most of all, they are going to protect you. If you get attacked, you know, you have people who are going to help you defend yourself or punish the offenders, you know, something like that. We got an answer from Chronic. What would you like? That's actually the good question. The thing is, he's not an alliance that is going to be a threat for us, I think. Why do I say that? They have double the points, they have double the members, but what they don't have seems to be our location. So yeah, if they are not in the same area as us, I don't see actually them being a threat. The thing is, I don't know what their kind of foreign policy is towards other alliance, you know. So he's asking me what would I want as the objective for our alliance, and that's the thing, guys. So that's going to be some other stuff that is going to be you know, very how would I say that? It's not going to be the most funny thing, but that's going to be a learning experience for you. So just let me blow my nose, and I'm going to tell you what. So, I finished my Coke. Do I have some water left? I do! Oh, actually. Now I'm going... Banana yogurt. Banana yogurt. Oh! I think it's going to be a nice... Alright. So... For an alliance to actually benefit you, you have to be sure that the people you are going to make a deal with won't betray you. That's one thing. You have to kind of know what is their position, compared to yours. Because if they have kind of a dominant position, they could be imposing on you stuff that you wouldn't want to actually listen to. And so let's say, you know, you have an alliance with another big alliance. Yeah, that's okay. We are going to say guild, you know. You have an alliance with a bigger guild, and then some other guild is going to be a threat to you. But if you are together with the other guild, your allied guild, you are stronger. But your ally guild, they consider you as a liability. Why is that? Well, because you're too small and you're getting threatened by someone else that is around their size, little smaller, but they don't want to actually help you now. So that's one way of betraying your alliance, you know. And so what happens for you? Well, so far, you actually did everything on your end of the deal, you know. And then, you agreed that if anyone would be attacked, your ally would come to help you. Well, let's say they refuse. What are you going to do? There's nothing you can do. Unless you are bigger than them. Well, at which point you can actually punish them, but, you know. Let's not lose your strength on something like that. That's not very useful. But there's something else, you know. Let's say, yeah, they accept being your ally. You say you want to have a mutual agreement that you will help each other in case of a war. Well, what if you are here and they are on the other side of the kingdom. Well, that's nice to have an alliance with them, but they are not going to be able to help you. So that's that. And I don't know where they are, by the way. I'm actually quite tempted to ask him what he wants to do with his alliance. So... I'm going to ask him. What province are we? We are in the Coral province. For instance, for now, the goal for us is to be able to live peacefully in the Coral province, you know, province. Cannot write, guys. That's incredible. So I'm going to say that ideally I would want to avoid getting involved in wars. Hey, in ward. Hey. Outward also. Yay, the joke. Ideally, I. Involved in offensive wars, but we can agree to defensive alliance. So, there you go. What territories are you aiming for? I'm going to ask that. Yeah, I know, I wrote a lot. And that seems very complicated, but you know, diplomacy is actually very complex. And that's going to be a fair part of this game. If you are an alliance leader, you will be put in this spot where you will have to be able to write nicely to people, you know? More often than not, I see alliance leaders that would actually lose their cool and they would start throwing names at others, and that's not how you build a durable relationship with other alliances, you know? Stay cordial. Try to find a way to avoid a war. That's the best way to act. So by the way, isn't that the reset? Oh, not yet. It's going to be in a bit less than an hour. If I'm not mistaken. Let's look at that. Yeah, 52 minutes. So I have some time to actually do the other. Oh, I have to buy from the courier station. Do I have the lady? No, she's not here. Jesus Christ. Painful. I'd like to also fight some barbarians, but I don't have any troops yet. I could train some troops. By the way, you. Where can I send you? I wish there would be a mysterious cave here. That would be so nice. But I'm going to go with this one. This one seems nicely placed. I'm going to explore here. And then I'll be able to expand my field of vision from here towards here. It's just so that I can actually explore the maximum possible amount of tiles until the map gets revealed. So just so you know, guys, at some point the fog of war is going to disappear. And what mission is that? I think, but I'm not sure. That it happens somewhere after these. Where is it? So the power of civilizations finally joins together against the menace that haunt this land. Alone, our power are insignificant. Thankfully, this doesn't take long to find companions. Colorful flags are planted throughout the land. Seen from above, they twinkle like the stars in the sky. Where is the one that removes the fog of war? There's one that removes the fog of war, but I don't remember which one it is. Ah, this one. There you go. Clear all fog in the kingdom. Explore all fog in the kingdom. Yeah, okay, that means someone has to explore all the fog of war in the kingdom. So most likely that's going to be a mission that is going to be fulfilled almost instantly. Because there always will be someone who's going to explore all the tiles by the start of the game, you know? There's always this person who will do the craziest thing on the server. Damn. I want to be that person. I want to be that person. One day I will be that person. I swear. Alright, I want to actually go and find... So, guys, one thing you should always remember is that alliances often have a policy that if somebody is gathering resources on their territory, and you can see who's the owner of a gathering point, they are going to beat the crap out of the offender, you know? The trespasser, I would say. So, be smart. Don't trespass on somebody else's territory, you know? That's the best way to actually start a war or create friction with your neighbors. So, in the same way, you don't want to be in a bad relationship with your neighbors at home. It's the same in the game. You don't want to have bad relationship with your neighbors in the kingdom. Unless you don't... You just want to, you know, be the most... how would I say that? The most obnoxious person on the server, and your goal is just to, you know, to piss everybody off. Then okay, go for it. At your own risks. You know, I'm not going to say I will encourage that, but if your goal is just to be a piece of crap, then be a piece of crap. I'm nobody to talk to you about being a piece of crap or not. But I don't want you guys to be piece of craps. Otherwise, people are going to try and you know, mop the floor around you and on top of you and just burn you. You know. Do you burn crap though? You burn crap? Yeah. Well, no, you just flush it. Yeah, that's better. Not sure it's cleaner, but at least it's, you know. Don't use a mop on top of a turd. That's just going to spread it everywhere. What am I saying? Life advice, guys! Life advice! Don't spread the turd! Just, you know, grab it, with a little you know, paper and throw it away. Don't spread the turd. Jeez. Alright, I have some maps. So the maps are nice items that would help you actually explore the kingdom. They will show you random 10 by 10 areas, but there's actually a nice trick you can actually do with the kingdom maps. If you keep them until the fog of war is actually removed from the map, well, you can use them, but they won't be able to show you anything. So what do they become? Well, they become speed-ups. So potentially one map is a 5-minute speed-up, which means that here I would have something like 200 minutes of speed-ups just with my 40 maps. Something to consider, guys. And at some point, speed-ups are going to be very important in the game. If you go to the late game, you will need the speed-ups. I can tell you that. Oh yeah, there's one thing I should talk about, which is the current events. So in this game, you actually have an event calendar, which is very nice to know what's going to happen to you soon in the future. And there's this event, Lohar's Trial. Lohar's Trial is actually a nice event where you have to fight barbarians so that you can get necklaces. The necklaces here, you can actually use them, and they are going to give you some items. And in particular, they are going to give you Lohar's longbow. And there's one other that I didn't get. Well, that's sad. But Lohar's longbow is actually an item that lets you summon Lohar. Here it's going to be Leader Junior Lohar. Don't summon Lohar during Lohar's Trial. Why is that? Actually, attacking Lohar during Lohar's Trial is going to make it so that you use action points on something other than barbarians. Barbarians will give you necklaces that are going to give you more, well, tokens to summon Lohar. So what you want to actually do is just fight a lot of barbarians during Lohar's Trial. Just focus on barbarians. You can also do the, you know, just for the weekly daily objectives, do some forts. You can have also some events that will require you to actually destroy some barbarian forts, so definitely do that. But don't spend your energy on Lohar. Reason being that every time you attack Lohar, you actually decrease the amount of barbarians you are going to be able to attack. So that means you will have, in the end, less Lohar to attack. And if you fight actually Lohar, you can get some sculptures of Lohar so that you can summon Lohar. Plus, the extra that you will get will be used to actually improve your Lohar. So yeah, just use your sculpture. Well, use your items efficiently. That's where I'm going at. Here, I think I want to do that. Those two are going to go on Sun Tzu. And then I want my markswoman to just focus on one guy without having to deal with the Beba. Because Beba is actually an AoE commander. Actually, what I'm going to do is that. Maybe it's going to go there? I think it's going to come here. Well, we'll see. I think it should go this way. And then my markswoman is going to catch him. We'll see. Shall we go? Let's see what happens. My calculation... I told you. What happens? Oh, okay. Well, that's fine too. I would have actually appreciated if my commander would have actually gone on both. Whatever, because I'm also an AoE commander. Although, here I have archers on infantry, and we know what happens to infantry when they fight archers. They suck at fighting archers. Baybar also is actually leading an army of foot soldiers, which is not his specialty. While well, Little Sun Tzu, his specialty is leading infantry. So here I have the advantage all around the board. well, Beba is done for. Then was it? I don't remember his name. Scipio Africanus. He's done for. And there you go. That's how you do the Sunset Canyon. You just think a strategy and then you try it. Yeah. Oh, Scipio, he's here. Nice. But I don't want to unlock him right now. So your coins here, you actually want to keep them for Ethelfled, because she's a very nice AoE commander. First of all, like she has a half circle for her AoE damage, which is actually insane. And she's also a peacekeeper, so she's going to be very fast to actually well, level up. Because you can fight a lot of barbarians, you can fight with more, they say, well, you will win more experience by defeating barbarians. That's what peacekeepers do. You could ask, yeah, but where does this say that? How do you know that? Alright, I'm going to show you. So you can go to a peacekeeper commander, let's say Cao Cao, he is a peacekeeper. So we can go to his talent tree, and you can see on the peacekeeper side, you have this little paper, quick study. It's increasing the experience he's obtaining by defeating barbarians. Or neutral units, but barbarians are neutral units, so whatever. And you have another talent, which is insight, and this one is going to decrease the amount of points that you actually spend on defeating barbarians, well, on attacking barbarians. Although if you get defeated by barbarians, you won't get refunded for the action points you spent. So. That's that. Just know that. Alright, do we have an answer from Chronic? Yes, no? Seems like he's thinking that I'm not a fool that he's going to be able to actually, well, I'm not one of those people that he's going to be able to fool. Or maybe he's just away and, you know, he has a life. Well, I too have a life. And, well, I have to sleep, otherwise I'm going to die tomorrow. And I don't want to die tomorrow. Don't want to be a zombie. That's not cool to be a zombie. 1 hour left? What do you mean 1 hour left? Oh, we're on the 27th already. Wow. Crazy. Yeah, actually, well, that's not a secret for those of you who are actually the regulars on my stream, but I'm French, and so I live in France. And currently in France, it's midnight 20 minutes, which is pretty late, to say the least. Yeah, and I have work. I have to go to work. I have to work tomorrow. I'm actually working from home, which is one of the advantages you get from being an engineer in IT. You can work from home. Just a laptop is enough to a laptop with an internet connection. Those elements are enough so that you can actually work. Though, is it a field of work that I would recommend to anybody? I'm not sure. But if you like IT, you should go for it. It's pretty interesting. You have a lot to learn from IT. That's what I would say. Computer science, jeez. I just hope you like math, because a lot of what you do in computer science is, well, computer science, IT, whatever you want to call it. A lot of the stuff you do are math related. Can I actually let you go back to here and explore this cavern, this cave? And why wouldn't I actually, you know, show you what the rewards from the caves are? Yeah, let's do that. So I have some nice treasures here. So I don't remember if they give resources like real resources from, you know, I don't remember. Do they give resources? We'll see. Oh, they do give resources. So that might not be treasure chests that you want to open randomly. Oh, but they do give you actually VIP points, and that's nice. So that was the level 1. Now level 2, what can I get? Oh, level 2 is nice also. Oh, VIP points, 200. I take it. Oh wow, look at that, I got a lot of resources. So now I have to spend that amount of resources. Let me go and boost something. I think what I want most is actually troops. Do I have 15-minute boosts? No, I don't. Sadly enough. That. I'm going to launch another batch. I'm going to do that until I'm below my capacity for, well, hiding my resources. Oh, I will help, because I'm a nice guy. I help people. I'm also going to speed up this upgrade. This takes forever to... Well, the unit upgrades, they take a long time to research, but they are very, very useful. No, I don't want to lose a lot of time here. 1 minute. And I believe I didn't get all the... Yeah. So other thing you want to consider before you actually, you know, use your speed-ups on buildings, research, etc. Well, everything where you can get help from your alliance. You might want to first wait until everybody... Well, until you get the limit of help you can have. Because that's a lot of time. You can see here, it says I got 33 and 56 seconds. Well, 33 minutes and 56 seconds, and here was 40 minutes that I got removed from my waiting time. Total, you know. So that's a huge boost, you know. In the long run, that matters. Initially, you know, you would say, it doesn't matter, I can spend my speed-ups, my 1 minute speed-ups, it's okay. Well, the more you do that, the more times you will actually, well, the more speed-ups you will lose for future buildings. But here I'm on a casual account, you know. If you, well, whatever advice I give you right now on this stream, you have to take it if you want to really be competitive on the game, you know. But if you're just doing a casual account, you know, just have fun, enjoy yourself, do your stuff. That's what the game is for. Well, that's what gaming is for. So now I can actually train some nice bowmen, which is what I'm going to do. An important thing for, well, you know, meta players. What you want to do before training new tier 2 troops is actually converting your tier 1 troops. Tier 1 troops, they are going to be a liability later on in the game. Why is that? Well, because your hospitals are going to get filled with tier 1 troops who will get severely wounded, and a fight between tier 2 troops and tier 1 troops, I think you can guess who's going to end up in the hospital, you know. I don't need to make a literal drawing to tell you what's going to happen. Okay, light cavalry. That's what is currently in research. And I can actually upgrade my Sun Tzu. So I'm going to upgrade my Sun Tzu. And there you go. So now, I told you that my Sun Tzu, I wanted him to be a field commander. Which means skill 2 is actually not useful for me. So I want to go right up to skill 3. So I'm going to unlock everything right now. Ideally, and I say ideally, I would want my Sun Tzu now to be actually 4 stars. 4 stars commander, because I also want this skill to take the next upgrades that I'm going to put into the skills. But I don't want to use my Tome of Knowledge. I don't want to use all my books. Because I might need them for something else, for some other commanders, you know? Yeah, there are a lot of things you have to consider when you play this game. Well, if you play this game with the ambition to be a competitive player. Well, competitive, it's not a competition, but, you know, meta player, we can say. In the end, it's the same. Competitive player. If you want to compete, to actually go to the center of the kingdom and become the king. Well, I never got to be the king, but one day. I know one day I'll be able to be the king. But there can be only one king. That king is going to be me. Wait. Can I actually get an army that is going to be able to fight right now? I don't know. Well, you know what? Let's use the VIP points. Use the VIP points. Right. I'm going to also do something. I'm going to use... So, these items, you can actually use them whenever, because your enemies cannot steal your gems. And what you can do with the gems is that you can fulfill this little daily quest. Use resource items. Yeah, gems count as resource items. So, easy pick it. If you don't want to actually use your other resource tokens, that's how you would do the daily quest. That's a nice thing to know. Also, you know, when you're at level 7 during a jumper account, you have another mission, a daily mission that you want to do, which is, well, upgrade a building, build a new building. What you can do, I don't know if they patched that, but at least when I last played the game, it was still there. What you can do is that you can make a decoration object. Like, you know, a little coconut tree. I want another coconut tree. That's going to count as a building and a new building. So yeah, little trick. You'll end up with more coconut tree in your town. That's going to be the paradise. Paradise Island! Anyway, I digress. Let's try some level 3 chests. Although, don't do that if you play on a competitive account. I'm just doing that for the fun of it. What do I get? Oh, wow! A lot of woods. The morning woods. I got 3 hours of speed ups. That's nice. 3? Oh. Make that 4.5. That's nice. Some epic sculptures. Yeah, that's also very important to know. From the level 3 chests, you can get sculptures. That's, you know, very useful actually. No. I have more tribal villages that I can get some rewards from. I got all the technologies, the economic technologies that I could on the villages. Now they won't give me any more technologies, which is, well, can sound very sad, but that's game balance, you know. Cannot get everything. That would be too easy. 152. I actually got a lot of power in this session. How am I faring compared to my alliance members? Oh, Big Lop is actually very far ahead. Big Gulp. Punaise. Oh, punaise! I don't know how to read. All right. So now I'm going to do the, you know, the transfer of power before I end my stream. So, is Ratchet actually online currently? Am I the only one online? Oh, no, Ratchet is not online. White Comet is not online. It's Governor, Governor 1501 blah blah blah. So what I'm going to do is that I'll try and send an alliance message. So we are going to learn together, guys. I never sent an alliance message. I don't know how to do that. Bulk editor, that's not it. Cancel. Favorites, that's not it. If I do new mail, is it by just going to alliance, blah, blah, blah? Does this work? Last time I did that, it just told me, hey, you cannot send too many messages at the same time. That's not cool. Or was it maybe because... Alright! Alright. Yeah, I know, I'm French, so I apologize for my bad English. There are still some, you know, way of saying things that I have to learn. That's, you know, still work in progress. I do think I have a nice English that has a lot to do with the fact that my mother was an English teacher for a long time. And so, you know, having an English teacher for a mother is actually very helpful to learn a language. But you know, not everybody can have this chance. Well, unless you are in an English-speaking country, in which case, if you don't have an English-speaking mother or father, maybe you're an expat? French will understand what I said. Maybe not English, but whatever. So, from my position as leader of the Alliance, yeah, and we can discuss. Uh, right, can I send? Mail to frequent. See? Is that a bug? Mail to frequent. What do you mean, mail to frequent? That's the only one I'm going to send. So I'm confused. You know what? What I'm going to do is that I'm going to copy that. Because I don't want to lose the text, you know, I took literally 5 minutes, well, maybe not 5. It was 5. Was that 5? But I don't want to lose the text. And this UI is actually not helping me pinpoint why the game doesn't want me to send the mail. Went. Okay. And I don't know where is the alliance message. Where is it? Somebody help! This is not store the contents of your last saved draft. Oh, right. Confirm. I think I'm going to... It requires points. I see. I see. Yeah, so you can use the ready check and it's going to cost points. But if you don't, it's free. I'm not going to do that. Message sent. So I received my own message. I'm mailing myself. I'm my only friend on that game. No, the story of the life of a loner. Forever alone. But I'm not a loner though. I'm not a loner, guys. I have friends. I think. I swear. Guys, I have friends. They do exist. Well, actually, Reinforce exists. I hope. Reinforce, do you exist? Well, I don't know if you're here. I don't think you are. But I hope you are real. Are you real? Are you a real number? Jesus Christ. My jokes, they are so bad. Yet so glorious. Admit, guys, you are watching because you like my jokes. They are nice. Aha, so I'm doing this last batch of exploration. How would I say that? Exploration checks? I don't know how to say that. And that's going to be it for today. So I hope, guys, you've learned a lot from this stream. That you have some new tricks you can now add to your, you know, to your gaming time on Rise of Kingdoms. And I hope you enjoyed actually the overall the presentation of that game. Still, well, I don't think you'll have much time to do that, so I won't bother that. I won't bother you with trying to create a new account, go to City Hall 5, blah blah blah. For my my objectives for the promotion campaign, so yeah. But you know, guys, if you want to try the game, do give it a try. It's a nice game, really. Just don't fall into the trap of playing the game for you know, too much time in one day. That's the only trap that there is with this game. Once you start playing and you see that you like the game, you're going to get so absorbed into the game. Just, you know, you can give it a quick try. It's a nice game, I can guarantee you. Plus, if you're a history buff, there are a lot of things to learn from the descriptions of the characters.
We shall meet again.
You know, you have Richard, the Lionheart. She's you know, yeah, there's so many good characters.
Les Arabes ne doivent jamais capturer ne serait-ce qu'un
Charles
centimètre de terre
Martel.
vivant.
And you have Julius Caesar.
Jagda est.
Alea Jagda Est. Ah, see? There's Lubu. There's Lubu. And there's also, who was... What was her name? Yao-chan. I have her voice in Japanese. Nice.
Buried within a pyramid.
Imhotep. Ah, that's the
Pharaoh's
commander
spirit
I
may
wanted to
become
actually
one with
unlock.
the sun,
But I only have 2 sculptures. He's so hard to get. Seems like a very, very powerful commander, by the way. But yeah, you have a lot of historical figures. You have some fictional characters like Lohar and
Dangerous
Keira.
places are always alluring.
That's why I knew that name. And yeah, that's a good opportunity for you to discover new characters, new historical figures that you might not know of, and that you know, that could change some views about the world, because history is actually a very interesting topic. I like history. I didn't like history in school, but when you actually, you know, you actually try to learn more about history on your free time, it's actually so much more interesting, because there are topics that you wouldn't see at school that might not ring a bell to you, or you know, that you wouldn't care about. But then if it's something that is related to, you know, maybe your country, maybe what would I know, something related to another video game you play, you know, you have so much stuff you can learn. Just so you can, you know, there's one game that actually created this passion in me for history. This game is called Europa Universalis. Europa Universalis? I don't have to pronounce it properly. But that's a grand strategy game. It's a bit similar to Rise of Kingdoms, but it's a bit more complicated. But still a very nice strategy game too. I would also recommend that game. And yeah, both have a lot of historical things to tell you. So yeah, that was it for today, guys. I hope you had a lot of fun, because I had some fun, you know, showing you around the game, showing you the features you get at City Hall level 10. Because yeah, last time I showed you, you know, the early game, which is, I know it. All the games during the early games, they are a bit, you know, clunky. They are quite boring in a way. But I think Rise of Kingdoms does a good job at keeping you actually active on the game. The early game is not as boring as some other games of the same on mobile. On mobile is what I want to say. A lot of mobile games, you know, you're doing the early game and you do almost nothing, just buildings. But here on Rise of Kingdoms, you have buildings, you have already fights you can do on the map, you can build your alliance, you can manage your alliance, you can just join another alliance. You know, think about things. You have a lot to do. And the speed ups help actually, going through all the early game. You can do that, definitely. Don't think that's the best thing to do, but you can do that. And once you're level 10, you have this new activity, the Peerless Scholar, which is kind of a quiz, history quiz, plus some knowledge about the game. And yeah, plus exploring the map. Oh yeah, exploration is also a very fun thing to do. You know, you try to, well, you start doing things and then you try to cheese your scout. That's nice to do. Anyway, so that's going to be it for today. I hope I'm going to see you in the next stream. So once again, I'm going to talk a bit more about the t-shirts that I'm going to design for my channel. You know, it has the channel's logo, plus the little emote. Which emote is that, you would ask? Which emote is that? We want to know, the world want to know. Yeah, the emote is actually this one. This one? No, where is it? Ah, do I have it? Do I have it? It's not here. It's here. 7TV app. So yeah, you can actually use that emote. It's on 7TV app. Did I actually put it in 7TV app, or did I forget? Oh no, I didn't put the Hakanai. I didn't put the Hakanai. What is that? I have to actually fix that little issue. Don't I? Please. Okay, the Hakanai. Ah, no, it's here. There you go. It's here. The little emote. Yeah. So this emote is on this T-shirt, and I think, you know, the T-shirts are going to be using the emotes. I think that's a nice thing to do. Anyway, I won't delay any further. Have a good night, a good day, enjoy yourselves, have a nice gaming time, and we'll see each other in the next stream. So, bye bye, à la prochaine, auf Wiedersehen, arrivederci, matane, palam, anion, adios. That's all the languages I can say bye bye in. I still have a lot to do. I still have a lot to do. I can only say hello and bye bye in those languages. Yes, that's embarrassing. Anyway, cheers!